What's up guys, it's Am back again with another video. So today I have a video basically talking about reptilians. The channel on YouTube that I'm watching it on is Internet Comment Etiquette by Eric, so you guys go check those guys out. But today we're just going to go over and basically see what he has or some of the stuff that he mentions in this video about reptilians. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, leave a like or a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts after the video's over. And if there's anything else, like any videos or anything that you'd like to be shown on this channel, feel free to comment me down below, or you can reach me for business at my email in my description box on YouTube. But anyways, guys, let's get into it, and I appreciate you guys watching.
Ancient Sumerian tablets tell of the creation of humankind using the blood of the gods. But what historians have also been able to ascertain from these texts is that these gods were not gods at all, but aliens. They're called the Anunnaki, and they are the true architects of the human race. But they also created another race to live alongside us, to control us. These are known as the Reptilians. They rule from below, preferring the warmth near the center of the planet. These lizard people can shapeshift into human form at will, and they use that ability to put themselves in positions of power across the world. But people are starting to wake up. We're starting to talk about it. The myth of Queen Elizabeth II, reptilian Anunnaki overlords, the British royal family are aliens. Oh, and play.
So if you know anything about Anunnaki mythology, this was a reptilian species who came down to Earth and basically dominated.
Okay, wait, no, he's combining the reptilians and the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are the aliens who came down and created the reptilians, just to be clear. It's okay, though, he only got it a little bit wrong.
All these videos that are running in the back are all about theories about how the British royal family was linked to the Anunnaki overlords. And then ultimately, Queen Elizabeth herself has some alien or reptile specifically DNA.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't know if he mentions this further on in the video, but a lot of royal families, including those over there in the UK, the British family, their bloodline, they like to have their children marry people inside their family to keep the bloodline, pure. And I'm not sure exactly if other, kingdoms have the same type of, thing going on. But I know in particularly with the UK, these guys over here, the Queen or the King now that just took up the mantle, they like to keep their bloodline inside the family. They don't like really them going out and marrying outsiders, like how Harry went outside and married his wife. So yeah, so I don't know if that has anything to do in particular with them being reptilians, but I do think it's really strange that they would want them to basically do incest or inbreeding, like with each other to make sure that their bloodline stays pure. And it's been going down the line for history, like long time ago, like in history. Like I think it was like what, I can't think of that guy's name. Let's look it up. Got time real quick. Let's look it up. Let's go to Google here. Royal family and breeding. In modern times, among European royalty, at least, marriages between royal dynasties have become much rarer than they once were. This happens to avoid inbreeding, such as many royal families share common ancestors and therefore share much of the genetic pool. This guy right here is the definition of an inbred. If you look at him, you can tell there's something off with his genetics. Kind of looks like Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, don't he? But yeah, there's a lot of that. Let's see here. Let's see here. Was that the Habsburg dynasty was one of the most influential, and Europe said the leader said, what does it say? Said the lead. Excuse me, I don't have my glasses on. Said the lead researcher, Professor Roman Velis from the University of Santiago de Compostela Sela. I don't know if I'm probably butchering that, so please forgive me. But became renowned for the inbreeding, which was eventually a downfall. So I don't know. So right here, so King Charles, yeah. So he was the one that was all deformed looking, and he looks just like Mark Zuckerberg. You can't tell me that fool doesn't look like Mark Zuckerberg. That's creepy as shit, in my opinion. But let's get back to the video. Apologize, guys. Just to kind of went out on a ball there.
Definitely. You see pretty much every king or queen or president, any leader really throughout history, they were a reptile.
I just did a quick search and found a bunch of videos. These guys are just going off talking about her and her reptilian nature. And there's even a song I found on Amazon Music.
Yo, what is that song? That sounds awesome. I want to listen to that. Queen Elizabeth is a lizard.
I don't own rights to this music, so if this is copyright or anything like that, don't own any rights to that. So let's go ahead and skip that.
What other songs we got here? Elon Musk is a cyborg.
I'm gonna skip that too.
This lesson for the longest time, but I'm not scared of them coming for me. I made my peace with that when I took up this gig as a truth teller. No, I'm afraid of how right I am about the lizard people. Do you feel that way too? Well then keep watching, because this lesson's just for you. Let's go lizard hunting. Proof of reptilian shapeshifters. Fuck yeah, boom!
Apple, for example, using their position on the internet to help collect small contributions. I think AOL put together about $7.5 million.
Did you see that? Yeah, don't worry, he slows it down.
Well, a lot of times this is just a misconception on the video quality, because the video quality wasn't really that high end as it is today. I mean, even today you can see some type of visual defects when it comes to like maybe somebody's eye looks off or something like that, but a lot of times it's just the video quality, or there's something defective in the video camera that's causing this to look a certain way.
Down.
So I think AOL put together about $7.5 million.
Well, it seems the lizard's worst enemy is the camera, because a camera captures everything. Oh, here comes another one. Of course they can.
See, that's just a defective like visual from the camera, like something's going on. It could be, depending on the camera itself, could just be having something wrong with it that could cause complications, because it happens nowadays too on high-end quality video cameras. It just depends on what exactly going on with the camera. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're alien or they're a lizard or they're, you know, anything of that such. It just could be something just going on with the camera.
Control the media. That's how they suppress the truth and make people like us look crazy. Anyway, you guys are going to love this comment. First and post. All right, now I'd like to address the elephant in the room real quick. It's been said that believing in a race of lizard people who rule the world is anti-Semitic. Well, that makes no sense, because why would all of the lizard people disguise themselves as one race? You'd be able to so easily tell who the lizards are. No, the truth is the lizards are disguising themselves as just anyone. I mean, look, here's Obama being a lizard.
Once again, it could just be a visual, you know, defect from the camera, or something's going on to cause it to look a certain way. Doesn't necessarily mean this guy is a lizard person. And out of all the people in the world, you know, that they would call a lizard, they would basically tailor it to Barack Obama, when in reality, I mean, I don't see him being a lizard person, but it doesn't mean he isn't a lizard person. But why would a lizard want to be Barack Obama? Why wouldn't a lizard person want to be someone else that doesn't have to deal with, for instance, like a president? You know, there's people that are in control of a president, you know, that have the power to get certain things done and don't have to be in power, don't have to be seen, or just behind the scenes pulling strings. I mean, why would you want to be the president in the first place? Because even the president doesn't have the top secret clearance, as we all first know. You know, like, they can't literally know everything. And if they did know everything, then why don't a lot of presidents know about UFOs? Why don't they know about top secret projects or top secret, like, things that's going on behind the scenes, like aircraft being backward engineered, or I don't know, crashes that happen with UFOs? Why is everything covered up? Even presidents can't get this information, even when they're elected or in the White House. A lot of times they'll say that they don't even have the clearance level to be able to see that. But then again, they're the president. They should have the clearance level, which doesn't make any sense.
How is this anti-Semitic? That guy was born in Kenya. No, the only reason anyone thinks this is anti-Semitic is because of this man right here, David Icke, who, by the way, is a federal agent that did psyops on the lizard person movement to make it look crazy. I mean, here he is talking about how turquoise is the color of God.
And turquoise actually is the same frequency as an energy called love and wisdom. Therefore, when you wear that color, you attract it. When you wear black, you attract a color that is the opposite to love and all the things we wish to bring to the earth. And it attracts another kind of energy, which is very.
But this is very hard. This is very hard on priests and nuns, isn't it?
So I don't know. Do you guys believe that wearing colors attract certain types of energies from different type of people? I think it's the energy that you bring is what attracts people, not the colors that you wear. Because I could be dressed in all black, just like a priest. That doesn't mean I'm an evil person. Or I could be dressed in white or turquoise or red or pink, and doesn't mean I'm a good person. At the end of the day, it's just the energies that you bring, which is what people feed off of or go off of. And this has nothing to do with lizard people, so let's keep going.
Well, yeah, and I'm pretty sure the guy interviewing him is a lizard, so I wouldn't trust either of these assholes.
Well, now, let me get this story right. The press...
All right, let's get to the lizard. I don't want to listen to that crap.
Hey, Ultra deactivation code for these people, and it's this comment right here. This is the most boring shit I've ever seen in my life. I thought my house was flooding halfway through this dickhead's color theory horseshit, only to realize the sound of rushing water was just my own spinal fluid washing over my brain because I thought we were in deep...
Well, if it's so boring, why would he continue to play it? I would just skip over it just like I did. So
REM sleep. Anyway, does this guy have a lewd Twitter? Any leaks? And open their minds. Now, there's plenty of mythology and research to explore about the reptilian menace without bringing up Agent Icke here. For instance, this 1976 book, The Sirius Mystery by Robert Temple, where he mentions reptilians living among us. Here he is revisiting that theory just 2 years ago.
According to the Babylonians, the Sumerians and the Babylonians who succeeded them and the Assyrians who succeeded them, civilization on Earth was brought to us, we humans already being here, of course, by visitors who came from the sky, and they had fishtails.
That must be the Anunnaki he's talking about.
Isn't it funny to you guys that anybody that has seen or heard or know anything about aliens always come out with a book? Like, and then if it's so real, why isn't the government doing anything to try to stop these guys from putting out this information? Because wouldn't it be national security would be at risk or something like that? It just doesn't make any sense to me that all of a sudden everybody could put out a book talking about aliens, talking about UFOs, but yet they're never harmed. They're never subjected to any type of consequences for putting out this type of stuff. And where are they getting this information from? Because a lot of times they never tell you, oh, well, I know this guy, or this person, blah, 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 blah. But who are these people? And who's giving you this information? How do you know this information? And why isn't the government getting involved? Because literally you could sit there and hack into a computer and you're going to jail for like 20 years. But if you know something about aliens or alien technology and all this other stuff, then why aren't they being subjected to this type of stuff? Because wouldn't it be going against national security, putting their programs at risk, and et cetera, et cetera? I mean, I could be wrong. You guys leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's kind of funny that these guys can go out here and write books and talk about all these different things, and there's no consequences? There's no like legal representation, like as far as like these guys are putting like national security at risk, as far as like if they're, for instance, there's a black budget program that they're working on and there's alien technology that's involved with it, and these guys are out here talking and discussing about it and writing it down in books, when they want to keep it out of the wrong hands as far as adversaries and people from different countries, foreign countries, knowing about what's taking place. But yet they allow people to go out here and write these books, and they're not harmed, and they're not, they allowed to make money off it. I feel like it could be just like one of these things where they're allowing it to happen because they know it's fake. and it's all bullcrap. You know, I could be wrong. Like, I'm not a rocket scientist. I don't have intel. You know, I don't know people inside the government. I'm just looking on the outside in. So I don't know.
Well, it's not impossible that on Planet X, where the Anunnaki are from, they're more of an amphibious species. Would also explain their thinking in making the reptilian race the overlords of the humans. I mean, besides, if you ask any scientist, we all...
All right, let's cut to it.
Because they said that Athens was founded by men with fish or serpent tails.
You ever wonder why they don't teach...
Let's skip that.
Babylonians, Sumerians, and Assyrians saying that civilization was started by fish men or serpent men, whichever. You have the Athenians saying that.
So they're going off of outdated scripts or stuff that was written down in, you know, the walls or stone, talking about beings that have tails or serpents and stuff like that. But that's not reptilians. That's not exactly what people are describing today. They're talking, this is kind of like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like a snake or like a seahorse with a long tail. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
And you have the Dogon of West Africa saying that. And now, the Chinese.
Again, that looks like a seahorse or a snake. That doesn't look like a reptilian that people are describing, you know. I don't know. This is just one guy's video here. I want to go and check out something else here, kind of get you guys' opinions. Let's, reptilians, what do they look like? Let's see here. We could find something. Lizard people.
Hi, I'm Matt, and lately I've been wondering, is there a secret race of reptile people controlling our governments and enslaving humanity? We'll see. Since I was a child, I've been naturally inquisitive. Mysteries. Humanoid race. Sound familiar? It's shown up in pop culture with increasing regularity. You've heard it on podcasts, in politics. The theory has even reptilians, or lizard people, if you will, and you should, that work in secret to dominate and rule over humans like you and me. Now, while the suggested origin of these lizard people varies from theorist to theorist, some say that they're from Earth, some say that they're from space, some say that they started on Earth, went to space, and came back. The one thing that most folks agree on is that these motherfuckers are evil. So how do these lizard folk go from ruling in secret to getting brought up in Love Island casual contestant conversation? Well, the reptoids can thank former soccer player, sports reporter, and hot take haver David Icke for absolutely and utterly
So he's saying the same thing as that other guy. You know, that guy brought up these reptilian beings, and now everybody's believing that there's reptilians out there that's in control of the government, or they're evil and they're trying to, you know, depopulize the human race and control everything about it. See, that's why, like, to me, you got to like sit there and weed out the bullcrap from the real stuff. Like, there may be actual people out there, like, not reptilians. I'm not saying they're not real, but I ain't saying they are real. But there are people out there that are in high positions in the government in different countries and in the United States that do have a secret agenda, and they are trying to control everything that we are doing. It may not be exactly what we think, but they do have some hand in what they're trying to achieve as far as whatever that may be, you know.
blowing up their spot. It's also worth noting now that David Icke's ideas are kind of problematic and borderline prejudiced, but we'll get to that later. In 1998, David Icke released a book called The Biggest Secret, where two people he interviewed claimed that the British royal family were not in fact humans, but lizard people. Icke also claims that George W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Bill, and Hillary Clinton, and Bob Hope are lizard people as well.
You know why he would say that is these are all people of controversy in general. You know, like, can we go back and take a look? All right, Bush, you know, with 9/11, they used to call Kissinger, he was like the Antichrist or something like that. Bill Clinton and his wife about having killed a lot of people and dead bodies. And I'm not sure who this guy is. What did they say his name?
Are lizard people as well.
Who did he say the last guy was? I didn't hear him.
And Bob Hope are lizard.
Bob Hope. Trying to think. I'm not in particularly sure who is Bob Hope. Let's take a look. Who is Bob Hope? And what did he do? Who is Bob Hope? Okay, so Bob Hope was an entertainer, comic actor known for rapid fire delivery of jokes and for his success in virtually all entertainment media. Bob Hope. Okay, not sure why Bob Hope would be a freaking reptilian, but let's continue.
Lizard people as well. Icke says that the reptoids are responsible for the JFK assassination, Princess Diana's death, and even...
Okay, for one, the JFK assassination. Do you guys really believe the reptilians were behind it? Just my opinion. I think it was the CIA and the mafia. There had to be something in play there for that. I'm not for certain. I'm not going to say I know what I'm talking about. It's just my opinion. If you guys have an opinion of why JFK was assassinated or who killed JFK, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And particularly, I don't know, but let's continue.
9/11. According to Icke, the Anunnaki
and 9/11, I believe that it had to be a secret agenda behind that. I think that it's kind of strange that we would send our people over to Iraq and there wouldn't be even weapons of mass destruction and all this people that got killed over there. Again, just to start a war. You know, the Bushes are very, very heavily influenced by the military-industrial complex. And if you know about the military-industrial complex, they love wars because they make a lot of money doing it and causing it. And a lot of life, they end up dying. You know, a lot of people die, lose their lives. So, I mean, I can understand why people would say, oh, well, George Bush is a reptilian. His dad was a reptilian. You know, they didn't put his dad on there, but you know, his dad was part of the CIA and FBI and had all these different ties to the DOJ. And he, for one, blocked Bill Clinton from getting information on UFOs when Bill Clinton was trying to get UFOs. So the Bushes, you know, they also part of a secret society called the Skull and Bones. If you haven't seen that or look that up, yeah, go check that out, because they are part of a secret society called the Skull and Bones. You have to be a certain select people of the 1% to be in this secret little organization, and it's kind of like a fraternity, and you do stupid stuff and they keep tabs on you. So they'll, like, say for instance, they'll make you do something really, really dumb, like, and then take a picture of it. So now when
ancient species
now when you go and run for president or run for Congress or run for a position in power, they have this overview. So now if you decide to go out here and not listen to these guys, they have something hanging over your head. So, but the Bushes are part of that fraternity. So it's called Skull and Bones if you haven't checked that out. And for Clintons, and I don't know any Bob Hope, I'm not sure exactly why they would call him a reptilian. Maybe he's just funny. And maybe they're like, oh, this guy's too funny, he has to be a reptilian. I don't know. But as far as Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, they are part of a big, I would say, not controversy, but conspiracy theories dealing with people dying every time they go against the Clintons, because they would have so many people underneath them that, like, would just vanish all of a sudden off the earth. Like, people would just die, especially if they were trying to go against the grain or maybe even speak out against them or something like that. So maybe we'll do a video on that. Check that out. But let's continue.
Prehistoric alien demigods came from the Orion, Sirius, and Draco constellations, created humans, and then created a reptilian-human hybrid. Making sense, right? Additionally,
so he's saying that two alien species had sex, created an interspecies hybrid, and that's how reptilians were formed. I haven't heard that one before.
It suggests that lizard people drink human blood, which allows them to shapeshift into human form, allowing them to, I guess, then become a vaudeville.
I have heard of entertainers today and people in Hollywood going out of their way, or not even this. I've heard of people sacrificing babies and then drinking their genitals. I don't know if you guys have heard of that as well. You can comment down below, but I've heard of people actually killing babies and then drinking their blood because they believed it was powerful, because they were, you know, virgin adolescents, I can't pronounce the word, but person that of young that has no, like, hasn't sinned or hasn't done anything and hasn't fornicated or had sex or anything like that. So they're virgins. So the blood was pure. So
legend and have an airport named after them? Ick has written that presidents and prime ministers have either been lizard people themselves or have been possessed or controlled by lizard people. And that
this guy right here, I don't know if he's a lizard person, but have you seen his fingers? Let me show you guys this thing here. I know it's a medical condition, but man, this thing's kind of
by lizard people. And
sorry, let me pause that here. So, what's his name? King Charles? Is that the new monarch over there? So, yeah, I want you guys to look at these damn things here. Bro, I don't know what is going on with his fingers. If you guys have an idea, I know it's a condition that causes that. But boy, and that thing swelled up. I know people that have diabetes, their legs and lower extremities swell up because of the diabetes. I wonder if that could be a possibility too, but who knows? All right, let's go back to the video. Sorry about that.
they have had control over powerful offices since ancient times, like when Shrek 1 came out. Pretty heavy stuff, right? So what is there that even supports these wild-ass claims? Well, a little bit. Kind of. Maybe. Now, while I'm not all in on the reptilian theory just yet, I will say that it's not untrue that some very powerful people objectively look like lizards. And
I mean, he's not lying. There are some folks that, like Queen Elizabeth, she kind of looks like she would be a lizard person. Trying to think who else would be out there. Some people say Trump. Trump looks like a lizard, you know. I don't know about Obama. I wouldn't consider him a lizard person, but I do see the resemblance between Obama and Bush. And they also say that every president that's been elected has had blood ties to a person in the UK that was a king or something like that. I'm not for sure. I mean, I can look it up here. Are all presidents related to King John? I think that's who it is. 12-year-old from Salinas discovered that all the presidents except Martin Van Buren are related to King John of Edward, who was depicted as a villain in Robin Hood Tales. King John also signed the Magna Carta in 1215, which helped form the British Parliament. All right, well, there you have it. Washington to Joe Biden has a common ancestor to King John. Even Joe Biden. So there you have it. All right.
if you watch enough footage of politicians and high-level CEOs, you will find at least a few frames of them doing odd things. Now, maybe that's because to achieve a high level of success, you kind of just have to throw out being an altogether normal person. Or maybe they're lizard people. What's most interesting is that, and this is a fact, is that a lot of US presidents and very powerful people are related, very distantly.
I just said that.
But related. For example, President Barack Obama is a distant cousin of the Bushes, Gerald
Just said that. I did. I know you seen it.
Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry Truman, and James Madison, as well as Winston Churchill.
You can't make this shit up. All of these people have been president. And it just how happens that this guy becomes president. You know, like, you just can't make it up.
President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was related, again very distantly, to 11 other US presidents, including Madison, both Adams, Van Buren, Harrison, Taylor, Grant, the other Harrison, Taft, and of course, the other Roosevelt. I mean, his own wife Eleanor was his fifth cousin. Hell, according to genealogy experts at genie.com, you go back far enough, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are related.
That's some funny shit. Just saying, that's hilarious.
13th cousins. So is that evidence of ancient reptilian bloodlines secretly infiltrating and controlling our government? Or is it just kind of, how ancestry works? I don't know. Either way, you're gonna wanna know how to spot a reptoid. And that brings us to board time. Yeah. So let's start with the easy okay? IV dead giveaways that you're talking to a lizard. We got the forked tongue, blue or green scales instead of skin. They lay.
Okay, let's be honest. If lizard people are real, you're not going to see them in some type of reptilian type of humanoid form. If they are real, they will be hidden in some type of human form, masquerading around different people, hidden in plain sight. They're not going to just, oh, I'm a reptilian. Look at my green or blue or whatever skin. That's not happening.
Lay eggs. But those are easy. According to one source at Alien Hub, there are more subtle signs that someone is a lizard person or have been possessed by one. Reddish hair. I didn't say it, they did. Keen eyesight or hearing. If I had keen eyesight, I would be wearing glasses to throw people off. Low blood pressure. Everything's chill, dude. ESP. UFO connections. A love of space or science. Space. A predominance of green or hazel eyes that can change color. A sense of not belonging to the human race. Oh, I don't belong to the human race. A deep compassion for the fate of mankind. Boop, boop.
Okay, I just have a feeling that there's really no evidence in this video or the other video that there's reptilians. I just have a feeling that this is just skepticism, or maybe, they're kind of using their imaginations to go off of other people's ideas of what they believe are reptilians, or quote unquote, real reptilians. But in my opinion, until I see the facts, until I see the evidence, till I see some proof, I have to say that I don't believe that there are reptilians. I believe it's all a bunch of bullcrap. But I do believe that there are people in power, high enough power, behind the scenes, pulling the strings, trying to manipulate how the world is run and how we as people, live our daily lives and function. You guys may not believe the same thing as me. That's fine. If you have a different opinion, comment down below. I want to know your thoughts and what you believe. But so far, I've seen 2 videos, and each video really doesn't give any facts or anything that's intriguing or anything that may make you say, oh, well, this could be real, this could be true. The only thing it's told me is one guy was a CIA asset that made up some story to piggyback off of UFOs to make money, and then now we're learning about the presidents being connected and being related, and that these guys could have red hair or keen eyesight, hearing, like to deal with conspiracies with UFOs, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I don't know. To me, it just seems a load of crock. Maybe it's bull crap. But we'll finish this video off, and then you guys can tell me what your thoughts are after the video.
Unexplained scars on the body. An affinity for those chalky Valentine's Day hearts. That's not actually on the list, but who likes those? But even without that, many powerful people exhibit many of these signs, but does that make them lizard people? Okay, so here's a conspiracy theory pro tip, and this goes for nearly any conspiracy theory. If you present evidence in the right order and don't present evidence against, you can make a compelling case. So now let's talk about the problem.
The problem is everything. I don't even need to go into the detail of this last video. Everything is a problem on this, on the theories and the conception that lizard people are real. I'm not saying they aren't, but I'm saying there's a lot of, nothing there in my opinion. But this will probably be the conclusion of this video. I do appreciate you guys watching it. If you would like me to react to other videos of this type of nature, just leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that lizard people are real? Do you think they're laying eggs, drinking people's blood? Do you think that Queen Elizabeth, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, the Bushes, Obama, Bob Hope, the Pope, do you think they're all lizard people? And if you do, give me a reason why. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope that you guys are having a great day. If you would, feel free to subscribe, leave a like or comment, and tell me what your thoughts are. Until next time, guys. Peace.